Hello YouTube, Soul Grenade, and sorry for my little hiatus there for a couple days. I was trying to get you guys some videos, but I got sick, so I don't know if you can still hear it a bit, but I'm still a little bit congested. But here, back to you with a new video. I'm going to do a new playlist because this should be going into a dogfighting series, and I do have all my work labeled as dogfighting video number 4, but I think I'm going to put it uh, in a new playlist because I changed the format a bit. I hope you guys like it, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use specific planes to teach you one dogfighting trick, and and what that's going to do is allow me to talk about a specific plane and what it's good for and what it's bad for, while also teaching you a specific tactic that you can use with that plane. So it's like kind of two in one. It's like a little guide to a specific plane and the bonus of giving you a specific thing that it's good at. So I'm going to be using this Curtis P40 Kitty Cock, and I have it equipped with, I don't have it equipped with a bomb. I don't recommend you strapping bombs to fighters if you want to do dogfighting because it creates drag. And although you might get, the benefits of having to bomb, a target and getting XP and credits for that, but I don't recommend it because it slows you down and you basically lose potential, and it's always that little edge, that little extra power, that little extra turning speed that allows you to get on your enemy usually. So I don't do it. I just keep my bombs to my bombers and keep my fighters to fighting. But sometimes I might equip one fighter with bombs for that one time where you need a bomber to finish off like the last enemy pillbox or something like that. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not the best when it comes to dogfighting. Anyways, back to this. So I'm gonna be using this guy, and I installed all these upgrades, which makes it a lot more maneuverable. Even though I still kind of liked it stock without these. I was getting used to it. Then I got this, and it's a little different. But I'll show you two clips of two replays where I'm playing with this plane, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So here goes the replay, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so here we have the maneuver real quickly. The first one I'm going to teach you is Immelman turn. This is named after World War I fighter ace. And here you have it. It's basically just pull up until you're upside down, basically. There you go, and then do a 180 barrel roll. There you go. Easy as pie. Now let's put that into practice. And I found myself doing this a lot with this particular plane. I think it's just because its engine is able to retain power longer than most planes. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's really good at that quick climb and then that quick roll. And more so now that it has those upgrades. Now here I'm going to prioritize targets. I know, okay, this guy's in trouble. There's 4 planes and, well, now there's going to be 3 of us. So I have to make sure I get one on the first try. So I'm going for the Hurricane because I find him like threat number 1. It's between that and the Yak. I'm not really worried about the other ones because they don't have as good as guns as this Hurricane, this Yak do. Okay, so this one's number 2, nice slow target. There we go, boom. So there we go, 2 easy kills. Now I'm pulling out of here because I'm getting too close to the enemy. And I'm gonna do another little turn to gain some altitude. Another one turn, there we go. Oh, now I'm diving in so I don't give my delicate underside to that plane that's diving up on me. And he's gonna come by me on my right side right now. He had the same idea, but he's actually running back towards another plane, so I'm gonna run back, try to get this Yak. Now I'll try to do another video on these Yaks. These are interesting planes. They're not the best in terms of maneuverability, but they got really good armament, especially that Yak. I think it's the Yak 9T, has amazing cannon. People hate that plane very much if you're up against it, or they love it if you're in it. So I'm gonna try to help out my buddy here and taking out this Yak. Notice there's only 2 of us for one plane, so I like to keep it that way. But here, look, everybody's gonna jump into the foray here. So I pull up, do a little turn, do several little twists, just so you slow down a little bit more. If you check my altitude, I've gained several hundred feet, So there you go, and then I can turn away or re-engage. But since I saw so many players going for him, I was like, well, it's probably gonna die anyway, so why pursue a target that's basically dead? So there you go. Every time you think you're gonna overshoot your target, you can pull one of these off. And if there's ways to counter this easily, but for the most part, most players won't have the notion or the instinct to turn back because they'll be too focused running away. So here's how I avoid a head-on. I start turning away from him and make him miss his shots. And there we go again. Regained my altitude that I lost in that little dive. Another immoment turn. See, I'm doing this all the time with this plane. It's really good at that. And, well, I guess the reason it's really good is because the Mr. Maximum was able to take down so many planes with that. So here we go. I'm not trying to crowd there's 3 planes versus 1, so I'm like, well, I'll take my pot shots at this one, but I should probably focus on the other target. As I said, target priority. Always try to pick off the biggest threat and the one that's not being engaged by the whole other team, right? So I'm going against my own kind. There's something just wrong about shooting down your own type of plane. I feel so bad about that. Oh, beat me to the catch, but as you can see, I was going to be on a 6 real easily. Trying to get this one. I'm trying to do deflection shot and boom, get the wing. Down he went. But notice how my engine my engine and my body are now damaged. That is because I've been revving the engine. So when you see that WEP, it's basically overdrive. So now we're going to jump into the next one because it's boring to see me land and then we're going to win anyway, so I don't get any more tactics or maneuvers out of that one. So on this one, here I go. I'm going to take a dive. See, I missed the dive. This thing isn't the best at diving because you can't really maneuver once you're in a dive. And it doesn't have the best pilot on it, so IE doesn't have very good G tolerance, so I can't get away for doing those turns for a long time. So here I'm doing it again, but I'm gonna actually turn this one into an actual diving turn. So you can like play around with it, just because you don't have to follow the textbook. You can be very maneuverable with these sort of tactics. It's air warfare, so you can turn that immoment turn into another dive or a partial loop. It's basically a loop without the coming down part of the loop. So you're basically staying on the apex of the upwards loop. So here I'm going after this bow fighter because I think he's been staying too long on the ground in his attack run, and he'll probably be slow as he goes up. But I'm actually going to find another target here. And this will be my last kill, so watch it intently. So I'm trying to line it up. This plane isn't really good at leading shots because it's really hard to control sometimes. So he turns, so I do another immoment turn. There we go. Upside down, straighten out. Now you're perfect. See, now you can come down at an angle. I mean, you can shoot at a bigger target. And here we go. Boom. There you want. And I'm gonna miss this one, and then my team's gonna win. Hooray. So there you have it. This is how you use that P40. You have to be very maneuverable. You don't want to stay in engagements very long. You want to use those tactics to swoop down on your enemy and take him out. So I hope you like this video. I hope it worked, and stay tuned for more. Well, hope you liked that segment of me constantly pulling immoment turns. But, play around with it. Try it out at the beginning of a game, maybe you might figure out your plane's actually really good at doing that. Some of them are not, because you're not good at actually flipping over. Like, once you start pulling up and actually doing the bend to get vertical, and before you actually do the 180 barrel roll to straighten out and be level again, sometimes it might work. So try out your plane. Some planes don't do it very well. Like if you do it in a bow fighter or something like that, they're really bad at doing that, and means you just lose a lot of airspeed. So like the key to doing this right is having a plane that doesn't lose a lot of airspeed. So even though the plane might not be the fastest, gotta check that max speed and the rate of climb. Those are very important factors, especially once you get the upgrades, you're able to do this very effectively. So this one's like an intro plane, so it's surprisingly it's surprising how easy it is to do it. I would think it wouldn't be because that rate of climb is actually not that good. But one of the things of not having a good rate of climb is that you actually lose speed a lot faster. Meaning, if you're gonna in a dive and you're gonna overshoot your target, once you pull up, you lose all that speed. So it's a really effective way of losing your speed quickly to be able to turn and get back on your enemy's tail. So watch out though, because the way to counter that is the moment you pull up, the other plane brakes and starts pulling into you. And if you and he's a fast enough turner, he'll catch you as you're um, about to go upside down, and then he can't miss because he's got a perfect shot at your underside, and he can hit your wings, your pilot, your engine, everything. So have to be careful. You got to make sure that when you do pull that implement turn, your target is still going forward. Because if he turns around and shoots you and gets his guns on you, then you're basically toast. And I've died many times in this plane because I turn up and then I get shot from the front because I'm presenting basically this whole area on the top of my plane to the enemy. So keep that in mind. Hope this is of some use, and hopefully I'll bring you another video today or tomorrow morning. So this is a whole hand grenade, and I'll catch you guys in the skies.